My name is Dionna Warren, or as my students call me, Miss D, and I work for the PATH program. PATH stands for A Positive Approach to Teen Health, and within the PATH program, we go to middle schools and we talk to teenagers about their sexual health, about risk-taking, about just making really good life decisions in relationships. And so throughout a class period, we might not have time to answer all of the questions that a student may have. So I'm going to use this time today to answer a few of the questions that might be pretty common. And actually today I'm going to answer just one question, and it's a pretty big one. It's a pretty common one. Question is, what is puberty and what happens? It's a great question. Basically, it's the change that a boy or a girl has when they are able to reproduce and they are basically becoming an adult. All right, that doesn't mean that they are an adult. It just means that their body is changing to be able to have a child, okay? So there are a few things that happen, but for both the guys and the girls, it all starts in the pituitary gland in your brain. All right, there's pituitary gland in your brain that actually sends a signal down to other parts of your body. What happens for boys in puberty is a pituitary gland sends a signal down to your testes and actually begins to produce sperm, okay? And so you will notice a few differences, a few changes. There will be your voice will change. You might crack a little bit. Your voice will actually begin to get deeper, and then you will get taller. You tend to grow, and honestly, puberty actually begins at different ages for certain people. So you could start puberty anywhere from 9 years old to 16 years old, okay? And those are all within the normal range. So it's different for everyone. However, these are pretty much the common changes that you will see in puberty for boys. You'll begin to grow hair in your armpits and maybe on your face, for some boys on their chest, even on in their genital area, okay? So you'll begin to see the change of hair growth. You'll also begin to notice the growth of your genitals, okay? So your genitals will grow as well. So for the young ladies, puberty again begins in the brain. The pituitary gland sends a signal down to our ovaries, and our ovaries actually already have eggs or ovum. But the eggs actually are being sent the signal to begin to release. So the ovaries begin to release an egg every 28 to 35 days. This is what is known as the menstrual cycle, okay? So the egg is released from the ovaries and it moves through the fallopian tube. Now, if the egg is not fertilized in the fallopian tube, then what happens is the menstrual period actually begins to flow, because there is a lining in your uterus that had been created when your egg was released to prepare for a baby to be fertilized and born. Okay, but when when a child is not conceived, or when an egg is not fertilized by sperm, then that lining sheds along with the egg, and that is what you call a menstrual period. And a menstrual cycle is the occurrence of the egg being released, being not fertilized, the lining of the uterus and the egg being all shed through the vagina. And that's what's called a menstrual period. And so it looks like all blood, but it's mostly tissue and a mix of blood as well. Other changes that happen during puberty for girls, for young ladies, is young ladies will grow a little bit. They will grow in height. We will also form breasts. Then there will also be a deepening of our voice, not as much or as drastically as the young men, but our voices will deepen and change as well. You'll also notice that there will be hair that grows in certain places that didn't grow before, so under your armpits and in your genital areas. There'll also be different hormonal shifts for your mood, and this can go along with boys as well, because you'll begin to notice that you are attracted to other people and wanting to express that affection and attraction at that time. So all of these things are happening all at the same time, and then there's more that goes with it, but these are the general changes that happen during puberty, and it's nothing to be afraid of. It's all normal and natural. If you have any more questions, please send them to our email at positiveteenhealth.org or at our Facebook page at A Positive Approach to Teen Health. Hope you have a great one. Bye-bye.